This is a brief letter Carl Jung wrote to N, a 47-year-old woman, experiencing nervous collapse and depression. In her letter, she questioned whether an attempted suicide at the age of 21 could have destroyed a part of herself.
Dear Mrs. N, October 13, 1951. It isn't easy or simple to answer your question, because much depends upon your faculty of understanding. Your understanding, on the other hand, depends upon the development and maturity of your personal character. It isn't possible to kill part of yourself unless you kill yourself first. If you ruin your conscious personality, the so-called ego personality, you deprive the self of its real goal, namely to become real itself. The goal of life is the realization of the self. If you kill yourself, you abolish that will of the self that guides you through life to that eventual goal. An attempt at suicide doesn't affect the intention of the self to become real, but it may arrest your personal development inasmuch as it is not explained. You ought to realize that suicide is murder, since after suicide there remains a corpse exactly as with any ordinary murder. Only it is yourself that has been killed. That is the reason why the common law punishes a man that tries to commit suicide. And it is psychologically true too. Therefore, suicide certainly is not the proper answer. As long as you don't realize the nature of this very dangerous impulse, you block the way to further development, just as a man who intends to commit a theft without knowing what he is intending and without realizing the ethical implication of such a deed cannot develop any further unless he takes into account that he has a criminal tendency. Such tendencies are very frequent, only they don't always succeed, and there is hardly anybody who must not realize in this or any other way that he has a dark shadow following him. That is the human lot. If it were not so, we might get perfect one day, which might be pretty awful too. We shouldn't be naive about ourselves, and in order not to be, we have to climb down to a more modest level of self-appreciation. Hoping I have answered your question, I remain yours sincerely.